the like white, pink, and red of Tantra, I'm really seeing it as this like sensory input layering, right? So if I'm just looking at, you know, this wall, like of course I can find beauty in it, I can find excitement and in it, I see, you know, the life essence in it, but like mostly on the surface it doesn't really ignite my senses, you know. I'm not creating a lot of stimuli through my whole sensory system. But if I'm engaging sexually, then like so much it becomes online in this really heightened way, right? The way people smell and taste and the look of them and the feel of them and the touch of them and the way them touching you makes your body feel, and all these layers become like so abundant. And you know, it's like knowing how and when to open that. And there is this beauty in, and I'd like to think like the heart-centered place where purity culture is like, hey, be aware of how important sexual energy is, but it does it from this place of like you have to stop it and repress it and deny it. And really it's the recognizing of it and the being like, oh, so right now this sexual energy isn't going to come out in what I've been conditioned to think is like a typically sexual way. There won't be maybe kissing or any sort of like penis and vagina type thing. I can alchemize this same energy as just pure creative life energy, and I can let it move through my sensory system in a way that still allows expansion and expression, but isn't engaging with anyone in a way that makes it like solely in that tunnel. You know, if we think of everything like the cells and the atoms like connecting and linking, and like, you know, there's a stream, all the senses, and there's one that is more charged in a certain direction. And just knowing, you know, how to separate those channels, but not making anything wrong because this may not be the route. You know, there may need to be a more diluted route where there's a little bit of that in each piece as opposed to everything going in one section. So if I think of sex like, you know, all the sensory little bloops start to come together and funnel into this one channel that is like source, versus like everything having a little bit. And that's where, you know, we just have joy and excitement. Like when I play with my puppies or when I listen to the kids, you know, they're screaming and yelling and having a great time. Like sometimes it sounds ecstatic. There's just so much energy that they're moving, and their sensory system is just like funneling all these different pieces. And I see that, you know, that way in which we navigate. And sometimes the inability, like when I think about like the abuse and the trauma that happened, it was the inability to see that like right now was not the time for things to concentrate into this space. It was supposed to be in these other places that were further away from that center starting point. And then it kind of gets the thing like twisted, like, you know, yeah. Recognizing our sexuality and being able to speak about it is the most vital piece of us existing as one, because we're all here from sexuality. We're all here from sexuality, and our sexuality is our divinity. We're all here from sexuality.